But now we move on to the next generation of video game consoles, aka the 8th generation, aka Nintendo's worst financial generation, aka the generation I have the most nostalgia for. Could you tell? The 4th entry in the Super Smash Bros. Series was revealed to be coming to both the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U at E3 2013, and the first new character they revealed was the villager from the Animal Crossing franchise. Now, I wasn't very well versed in the Animal Crossing series when this trailer was released. In fact, I had never even played a single main series Animal Crossing game until later that summer when I picked up Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS. So this reveal didn't elicit anything out of me other than,
wow, they added a f***ing white boy.
I will give this trailer props for giving the villager a pretty iconic introduction and for introducing the running trope of the Super Smash Bros. Invitation letter. Yeah, that's right, the invitation letter gag, something that's been used in countless other character reveal trailers, was first featured in this specific reveal. But this clearly wasn't the highlight of this trailer. Other than announcing the games as a whole, the main spectacle of the trailer came during the latter half, when one of the most requested characters of all time was finally announced to be in the game.
Wow, they added a f***ing white boy.
Despite the fact that I had also never played a single Mega Man game when I saw this reveal, I definitely knew who the character was, and I fully understood how massive of a deal it was that he was being added to the roster. This was also during a period of time when Mega Man didn't really have a lot going on, so I think for a lot of people, it was just cool to see that the character was still around. And hey, this might have been the most jaw-dropping character reveal up until this point. I think it's safe to say even Nintendo knew how much weight this announcement would carry, and they for sure gave it the proper treatment. This was the first Smash Bros. Trailer I watched after becoming interested in the franchise, so it definitely left a big impact on me. I remember being so excited for this trailer that I took a video of it with my 3DS off of my desktop computer and then took it to school so I could show everybody after they were done taking my lunch money. And following the end of Nintendo's E3 presentation that year, I was more than excited to see what else they had cooking up for this new game. The Wii Fit trainer was also confirmed to be added to the character roster at E3 2013, but was instead revealed on the show floor in a trailer that was a lot more lighthearted than the last one. We open on Mario, Link, and Kirby practicing their yoga techniques, as I presume they do every day, when the aforementioned trainer of Wii Fit appears to f*** their shit up, revealing that yes, this is in fact not a fever dream. Yeah, I don't really think anyone was begging for this character to be added to the game, but I also don't think it elicited a bad reaction out of anybody. Well, at least in regards to most people.
You!
And the reveal trailer is pretty tongue-in-cheek, like they know how bizarre of a reveal this is. But hey, you could share a similar sentiment about the Animal Crossing villager, and either way, I think after seeing how they were implementing the character, what with their moveset consisting of the various exercises from the Wii Fit game, I think most people were on board. Again, most. These 3 character reveals were actually the only ones we got for a while, at least in regards to brand new characters. We got some characters revealed through Miiverse, Nintendo's personal social media platform, but those all consisted of returning characters from previous Smash games. Sonic the Hedgehog got another mini reveal trailer similar to the one he got for Brawl, and it was like, okay. I guess it was sort of a big deal, as it confirmed that previous third-party characters were still viable to be returning, but like, there were only 2 in Brawl anyway, and honestly, I think most people just kind of assumed Sonic was a pretty safe bet, but hey, if he is returning, surely Snake will too, right?
I always knew this was full of shit.
Thankfully, we finally got another reveal trailer for a brand new character in December of 2013 at the forefront of a Nintendo Direct that debuted that month. This one opened up on Kirby riding a warp star through space, which must have made everyone think, oh f***ing finally. But no, we transitioned to a depiction of Mario Kart's Rainbow Road, specifically the one featured in Mario Kart Wii, which then must have made people think, oh my god, they're adding a Mario Kart character? Damn, and I thought the Wii Fit trainer was an odd pick. We suddenly zoom in on a warp star from Super Mario Galaxy. A mysterious entity blasts through it, throwing Kirby off course, and all the characters stop at the sight of a Luma on the racetrack. And it is then revealed that Rosalina, alongside her Luma, were being added to the game.
You'll get your chance one day, my friend.
Yeah, this trailer was the first in the line of Smash Bros. Reveal trailers, of which I deem to be a fake-out reveal trailer. That's right, I'm great at naming things. The trailer's not so cut and dry about who's getting revealed, at least not right off the bat, which leaves the viewers on the edge of their seat trying to guess who it's going to be leading up until the actual reveal. But I mean, come on, the trailer opened up in space. The writing was on the wall, guys.
This is not gonna bode well for my security deposit.
Overall, this was a pretty fun trailer. Although I will say, I think the announcement of any new Mario character is, by default, going to be somewhat underwhelming. Hey, there are exceptions to every rule. But that being said, Rosalina's inclusion made a lot of sense. Super Mario Galaxy was one of the most iconic titles from the Wii generation, so seeing the game so elegantly honored through this character made for a nice surprise. But man, I'm sick of surprises, oh thank God. The next reveal trailer was featured in another Nintendo Direct, this time in the one from February 2014. We open on a silhouette of what seems to be a boxer-like figure, accompanied by music from the Punch-Out series, which then cuts to a Punch-Out arcade machine. Then we transition to a training montage featuring the boxer-like figure with voiceover by Doc Lewis from the Punch-Out series, to which it is revealed that the character they're adding to the game is Little Mac from the Punch-Out series. No fucking way! So I may be a bit of an outlier with this sentiment, but I would argue that while Little Mac's inclusion in Smash Bros is worth raving over, the actual trailer in which he is revealed, not so much. Don't get me wrong, it's a great trailer, at least composition-wise. The animation is beautifully stylized, the music is well scored, and the humor, much like most Smash Bros trailers, is presented wonderfully. But this trailer doesn't really leave room for much shock. The trailer makes it pretty clear that someone from Punch-Out is being revealed, and Little Mac is the main character from that series, and is someone that many people had been requesting to be added to the game. So when you watch the trailer, you're pretty much just waiting for Nintendo to rip the bandage off. And yeah, some people might not have known who Little Mac was before watching this trailer, but at that point, why would they be interested in watching a trailer in the first place featuring a montage of a character they don't know? And for everyone that did know who Little Mac was, you basically create a scenario where a bunch of people are going to be watching the trailer like this.
Whoa, cool!
Think about Rosalina's trailer, alright? That trailer left a good amount of time for people to try to piece together who exactly was going to be revealed. And even when it cut to a launch star, it's like, yeah, you knew it was going to be a Super Mario Galaxy character, but you didn't necessarily know who from that game it was going to be, especially if you were colorblind. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not a huge Punch-Out fan, but I just found this trailer to be sorta underwhelming. That's not even to mention that Little Mac was in a Smash Bros game before, as an assist trophy in Brawl, so it's like, yeah, no shit. But yeah, this trailer is pretty good. It's just not in the top tier for me.
Alright, let's move on to the next one. I don't want people to think my critiques for these trailers are affected by my own bias. Damn it.
The next reveal trailer premiered at the end of a Smash Bros. Specific Nintendo Direct from April 2014 and opened with an onslaught of Pokeballs flying through the air. Oh, gee, I wonder what series this character is going to be from. We actually see Charizard get his own splash screen during the trailer, which I'm sure confused at least a few people. You see, Charizard was featured in the previous entry in the series as 1/3 of the Pokemon trainer character, but this introduction during the trailer pretty much just set out to establish that he was now going to be his own separate character. And yeah, I think this was an appropriate way to announce that fact. It sure as hell beats the alternative. We then see Charizard about to take on a slew of various other fighters, which is interrupted by a mysterious figure hiding in the shadows of a nearby cave, to which it is revealed it's all making sense. As a huge Pokemon fan, it was pretty much a guarantee that I was going to love this trailer, and also that I was going to be invested in whatever character from the franchise was revealed here, but I think the fact that it was Greninja specifically was extra exciting. I had just played Pokemon X that past October, and coincidentally had picked Froakie as my starter for the game, so you know the moment I saw this trailer, I let out a hearty,
That's my fucking frog, man.
I remember hearing around this time that a lot of people were expecting this character to be Mewtwo's big reintroduction to the series after being absent in Brawl. Hell, I remember some people expressing disappointment that it was Greninja instead of Mewtwo. But it's like, would this really have been the best way to reveal that he was returning? Like, yeah, it would have been cool, but this was right in the midst of every new Smash trailer revealing a brand new character. I feel like Mewtwo would have just been a little bit too anticlimactic of a reveal during this period. Dr. Mario was also a character that returned to the game after being absent from Brawl, and it's not like he got his own trailer. Still petitioning for that, by the way. And hey, I think the developers knew that waiting until a little ways down the line to give Mewtwo a proper re-reveal would be a smart move, and that way we'd have way more excitement to show for it by then. $5 worth of excitement. But we'll talk about that a little later. For now, let's discuss the Smash Bros. Related events that transpired at E3 2014, at which we got not one, not two, but 3 brand new character reveals. How well will all these reveals stack up? I never was very good at Jenga. Nintendo's digital presentation that year opened on then Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé standing off against then Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata in a dark arena until they decide enough is enough and just start going at it. Punches are thrown, jabs are taken, and bodies fly through the air. After a little bit, they decide to put aside their differences through separate means, and you remember, oh yeah, this is a Smash Bros. Trailer. And thus, it is revealed that Miis are being added to the game as playable fighters. Finally! Now instead of dealing with my emotions in a healthy way, I can just make Miis of all the people I hate and beat the shit out of them in Smash Bros. Well, that makes this decision obvious. Honestly, this trailer might be one of, if not the best out of all of them. It's so charming and high energy. You can't not enjoy watching this shit. The camera work and editing are so clean, not even considering the fact that Reggie and Iwata's scenes were filmed at entirely different times in completely different studios. It's not even revealed to be a Smash trailer until a little ways in, and whether or not you actually like playing as the Mii fighters, you have to admit that their inclusion was 100% justified. One of my favorites for sure. But wait, that's not all, because a little bit later into the trailer, Nintendo's flagship Toys to Life figures Amiibo were also revealed to exist. Iwata scans a Mario amiibo on the Wii U gamepad, causing Mario to appear in-game and finish Reggie off, which I think caused a lot of people to let out a collective yeah, I think a lot of people assumed that this meant characters were going to be unlockable through these figures. We were hot off the Skylanders craze at this point, which marked a pivotal moment for anti-consumer friendly business practices in the gaming industry, so I don't think this was a crazy assumption to make at the time. Obviously, this didn't actually end up being the case, as the figures just allowed for players to train up their own virtual fighters, but based on how Nintendo showed it off here, I don't really blame people for assuming the worst. To wrap up my thoughts, Tim Allen is finally in Smash Bros.
Humanity can rejoice!
We actually got another character reveal trailer at the tail end of the E3 presentation that year, this time showing off a fight between Link from the Legend of Zelda series and Pit from the Kid Icarus series. Yeah, the Kid Icarus series, otherwise known as Ew, what? And yes! We see Link and Pit duel it out for a while until Palutena intervenes, revealing her to be the brand new character added to the game. Yeah, you know Palutena.
I do?
Similar to Pit himself, Palutena didn't really have much prominent characterization until the release of Kid Icarus Uprising in 2012. She did appear in the other Kid Icarus games, but I assume most people that played those games just remember them as weird dreams they had. See, I'm torn about this trailer because on one hand, it's animated beautifully. Seeing Link and Pit, two iconic classic Nintendo characters, duel it out is super cool, and Palutena herself is a character that fits really well into Smash Bros, especially with her character essentially being used to introduce the concept of custom moves, and that's all pretty neat. But at the same time, they saved this trailer for the very end of the E3 presentation, and I don't think Palutena is a character that many people were clamoring for, especially considering she only really held prominence in one game. I just feel like if you're gonna show off a Smash reveal as the final thing in an E3 presentation, the character should hold more significance, or it should be a character that tons of fans were asking for. Think like Snake in the Brawl reveal, or Mega Man in the E3 from last year, you know? But hey, this trailer did probably cause a lot of people to try out Kid Icarus Uprising for the first time, which is great because that game is phenomenal, and it sure as hell gives Palutena a lot more time to shine on her own than this shit did. I don't know. I think I would like this trailer more if it had a yellow circle in it.
I really don't deserve this.
Yeah, later that day, separate from the Nintendo Direct presentation, Pac-Man was revealed to be added to the roster because we really were starting to feel the scarcity. The trailer goes for this red, blue, and yellow theme, showing off how Mario represents red characters, Sonic and Mega Man for blue, and now finally, we have Pac-Man for yellow. How do you think he feels about this? This trailer is pretty cute, even though the lack of production value is pretty evident. They pretty much just use in-game footage with some unique graphics, but I think they knew they could cheap out on this one, considering it's fucking Pac-Man. Just his name alone is enough for any retro video game fan to elicit a but hey, this made total sense. Pac-Man is a downright classic character that almost everyone knows, and hell, Bandai Namco was developing the game, so it was expected that one of their characters would make the cut. And if it wasn't going to be Pac-Man, who else would it have been?
One day.
It is kind of weird to me that they didn't try a little harder with this trailer, and considering if they did, I think it would have been a great trailer to end the E3 Direct on. But hey, they were probably conserving the CGI budget for other things, and might have just wanted to give Palutena some time in the spotlight, because Lord knows she was feeling malnourished. With that, let's move on to July 14th, 2014, when we got, you guessed it, another character reveal trailer.
Have you caught on to what we've been talking about?
Well, this one definitely had some weight to it, as this trailer premiered during a dedicated live stream on the official Super Smash Bros. Website, a first for the series. The trailer opens up with Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening getting revealed, to which we're shown that she's facing off against Captain Falcon?
Well, shit, you could have ended the trailer there and I would have been satisfied.
We see them duke it out for a bit before a mysterious hooded figure appears before the two of them, revealing himself to be Robin from Fire Emblem Awakening.
Wow, I care a lot about this. Guys, I think it's time I come clean. I was lying.
Yeah, I can't say I was super enthralled about this news, especially at the time. Yeah, I knew what Fire Emblem was. It's that series that these two guys are from. Cool, sweet, we can move on. Other than also knowing that Fire Emblem Awakening existed, that was quite literally the extent of my Fire Emblem knowledge. So when it was announced that 2 new characters from not just the series, but this entry in particular were coming to the game, I'm sorry, but I did not elicit a... But hey, this came at a time when Fire Emblem's representation in the Smash Bros. Series wasn't too prominent, so this news was by no means intrusive to anybody. Surely this won't be something we look back on in hindsight as the precursor to what would become a majorly divisive talking point within the history of the series or anything. In terms of the trailer itself, hot damn this shit is pretty. The art style is heavily influenced by, if not flat out based on, the cutscenes within the Fire Emblem Awakening game itself. Are you impressed that I knew that? Because I am. And I gotta say, it was interesting to see that they were adding a Fire Emblem character that wasn't entirely based on swordplay as a means of combat, with Robin mainly being centered around magic and tomes, a pretty cool concept overall. I think a lot of people were expecting Chrom to be added as a fighter at this point. See, no, but he was revealed to be featured in Robin's Final Smash. Damn, I was really gunning for this guy. The next reveal trailer premiered on August 29th, 2014, and the character revealed came at the surprise of everybody.
I really had you there for a second, didn't I?
Yeah, ahead of this trailer's release, a handful of videos and screenshots from the upcoming Smash game were leaked, basically revealing every remaining character that had yet to be confirmed for the final roster. At this point, we were used to getting tons of leaks regarding Smash Bros. News, with most of all of those leaks being fake, but this time was a little different, with the leaks seemingly consisting of actual game content sent to the ESRB for rating purposes. While a lot of folks still doubted this leak as being legitimate, it wouldn't take long before said doubt was doubted in and of itself, with the announcement of Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles. There he is in the leak, here he is being revealed, and here's a depiction of how Nintendo felt that month. They even titled the reveal trailer, "Looks Like We Don't Have a Choice," which I interpret to be a tongue-in-cheek joke mocking the whole leak scenario. Like, yeah, everyone already knows Shulk's in the game, we might as well just reveal him already.
See, Nintendo and I have so much in common. We both use humor to mask the pain in our lives. We both have T's in our names.
The trailer itself is pretty cool. It doesn't really try to hide the fact that Shulk is the one being revealed, but at the same time, it doesn't waste much time before getting to the full-on reveal itself. This allowed for the trailer to show off a lot of what makes Shulk unique as a character. Seeing the future, using various powers linked to his sword, the Monado, it all gave Smash Bros. Fans a good look at what his home game was about, because Lord knows only about 5% of them knew beforehand. Despite the fact that I had no idea what Xenoblade Chronicles was when I first saw this trailer, it definitely sold me on the game, and led me to trying it for myself via Xenoblade Chronicles 3D that very next year. Shulk's trailer was actually the last one that came out ahead of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS's release, and I know you may be asking, why release character reveal trailers after the game already came out, especially when the ESRB leak already revealed all the characters in the game anyway?
Stop asking that!
The next reveal trailer was officially shown off on October 23rd, 2014 as a part of the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U 50 Fact Extravaganza, and going into it, I really thought I knew what every fact was going to be. Yes, Bowser Jr. was the fighter revealed in this trailer, and considering we, again, already knew that he was in the game via the ESRB leak, and from just now having the ability to unlock him in the 3DS version, this trailer really tries to draw out the mystery behind who he is, oddly enough. Like, it shows him off in this dark and ominous depiction, and it's like, yeah, this is cute and all, but who else rides in a vehicle like this? I will say, this trailer does a good job of making Bowser Jr. look like this really imposing threat, considering when you look at his normal in-game render, you kinda just want to pat him on the head and give him a kiss. It was also revealed that all 7 of the Koopalings would be included as well, as alternate skins for Bowser Jr., which I think was a really great means of including them. I mean, just imagine if they were added as individual clone characters. Okay, you can stop imagining it now. The final character reveal trailer that came out ahead of the Wii U version's official release debuted as a part of a Nintendo Direct on November 5th, 2014, and it was seemingly so unimportant that it wasn't even shown off at the beginning or the end of the presentation. We open on a pretty standard game of Duck Hunt, a classic Nintendo game from the original NES, when suddenly Mario, Link, Pit, Samus, Donkey Kong, and Bowser appear, and I'm sure everyone reacted exactly like how Nintendo wanted.
Now hold on just a second. They're not supposed to be in the Duck Hunt game.
We then see Mario make the most unnatural looking hand gesture I've ever seen, good lord. The scene transitions to beautiful HD, and it's revealed that the Duck Hunt dog and duck are included in the game, simply referred to as Duck Hunt. We see a demonstration of a handful of their moves, to which the camera suddenly pulls back to show that an integral part of Duck Hunt's moveset integrates the light gun from the original game, meaning that the Duck Hunt character actually consists of 3 distinct parties. Yeah, you know, the classic trio: dog, duck, and omnipotent faceless nameless hand with gun. I actually quite like this trailer and Duck Hunt's inclusion as a whole. The character really stands out and has a pretty unique moveset, that of which is shown off in full swing here. For the final pre-release character reveal trailer, I think this was a pretty fitting one, but keep in mind I own this shirt, meaning I eat this shit up for breakfast. Now, if you thought we were done with character reveal trailers for Smash 4, you would be dead wrong, as it had been announced that even more characters would be coming to the game in the form of every gamer's 3 least favorite letters of the alphabet. Yes, DLC, stages, Mii costumes, and most importantly, characters were announced for both the 3DS and Wii U versions of the game, starting off with Mewtwo returning from Super Smash Bros. Melee. Mewtwo was actually first shown off at the end of that 50 fact extravaganza video, but I neglected to mention that at the time because, while yes, he was being revealed here, it was not in the form of a trailer so much as a brief talking point. Mewtwo's actual trailer premiered at the beginning of a Nintendo Direct that aired on April 1st, 2015, and I think I'm finally starting to understand why they released it that day, because this trailer is a joke. There's no CGI, no unique set pieces, no witty dialogue, it's just, hey, here's Mewtwo, watch him do his thing! To be fair, this was a trailer for a character that, 1, we already knew was coming to the game, and 2, wasn't even a brand new character to begin with. So yeah, it makes sense that they handled Mewtwo's trailer in this way, but that doesn't make it any less underwhelming. But that wasn't all for Smash Bros. News that day, because directly following Mewtwo's trailer, we got another DLC character reveal trailer, this time being for Lucas, returning from Brawl.
Let me just check my notes on my thoughts about this trailer. Oh, here they are! Ah, damn it.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about this trailer, man. We just see some scenes of Ness getting his shit rocked, and then, oh, yup, there he is! Disappointment! Don't get me wrong, it's great to see Lucas return, but his presence just doesn't leave the same impact as Mewtwo's. Like, at least Mewtwo had the fact that he was absent from Brawl going for him, so it made his return that much more exciting. With this, it's like,
wow, Lucas, it's been so long! I haven't seen you since yesterday!
So yeah, congratulations, Lucas, you did come out of nowhere, but that's all you f***ing did. Moving on, the next batch of DLC characters was announced as a part of a Smash Bros. Dedicated video presentation in June of 2015, first revealing Fire Emblem's Roy to be returning from Melee, once again showing up Lucas in almost every single way. There's this cute little joke where Fire Emblem Roy hits Roy the Koopaline from the Mario series, but other than that, it's a pretty standard trailer. But that was by no means the main event of this presentation, as at the very end it was announced that Ryu from the Street Fighter series was being added to the game as a brand new fighter. Finally, the DLC was something to give a shit about! This was definitely a pleasant surprise. I remember watching this presentation with my friend at his house the day it came out, and just being so hyped about this announcement. Of course, I had never played a single Street Fighter game at this point, but still! This trailer held a lot of value in the fact that it introduced the concept that new DLC fighters could be new DLC fighters. Not only that, but Ryu was a third-party character, the first one introduced to the game since Pac-Man, which got everybody's mind running rampant. These DLC fighters could literally be anybody. Who could they possibly announce next? What the fuck? Yeah, at the tail end of a Nintendo Direct in November of 2015, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII was revealed to be coming as another brand new DLC fighter. This blew everyone's minds at the time. Ryu was also a shock to see, yes, but he at least had a pretty established legacy on Nintendo consoles at the time. Cloud had no such reputation. Final Fantasy VII was infamously exclusive to PlayStation consoles at the time of its release, and Cloud had never made any legitimate appearances in Nintendo games since then, unless you count talking theater rhythm.
Yeah, sure, I count that, but I'm talking about people whose opinions matter.
Really cool to see him in the game. And yes, I had never played Final Fantasy VII, I know, shocker. But I still definitely understood the impact that his inclusion had, as much as I understood the impact that the next character revealed had.
Yeah, that's right. I understood the concept of nothing.
Yes, in December 2015, in the aptly titled Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U final video presentation, Corrin from Fire Emblem Fates was revealed. He sure is a character. Yeah, I didn't have a lot to say about the last Fire Emblem character revealed, but I can at least admit that their reveal was a little more justified. This one just did nothing for me. It's like, really? You're gonna follow up Ryu and Cloud with this guy? And not him? Okay, look, when it comes to discussing trailers like this, you have to understand the divide they create within the Smash Bros. Fan community, essentially creating two distinct parties. You got the Fire Emblem fans, and the people that threw tantrums when they were forced to eat broccoli growing up. Guess what group I'm a part of? It's become a pretty big recurring joke in the Smash Bros. Fandom that there are way too many Fire Emblem characters in the game, and by recurring, I mean beaten into the ground, and by joke, I mean thing that a lot of Smash Bros. Fans say. I think this trailer was basically the catalyst for that whole talking point, which makes it hard to look back at it fondly in hindsight, but let's be fair about this now. At this point in the series, there were 7 Mario characters in the game. 10 depending on who you ask. You're gonna tell me this is egregious and this isn't? Yeah, Mario is Nintendo's flagship franchise, but I think the main point of talking about any of this is they should give some other franchises some time in the spotlight. Well, luckily, we actually didn't have to wait too long for that to happen, as at the end of the presentation that day, we got the trailer for the final DLC character for this batch of Smash games. See, back in April of 2015, the Smash Bros. Fighter Ballot was launched, which allowed fans to vote for any character they wanted to be added to the game. Lasting until October of that year, the Fighter Ballot gave fans of the series the opportunity to actually have a say in determining a playable character, rather than just requesting and speculating from the sidelines, and fans took this opportunity and ran with it, requesting characters they could only dream of. Not me, though. I voted for Captain Toad.
See, I told you, my opinions don't matter.
And so the winner of said fighter ballot was finally revealed. We get a focus on Pit at the beginning of the trailer, which I'm sure made everyone think,
oh my god, we're getting Palutena too!
Let's dance, boy.
What the f is this?
yeah, Bayonetta from the Bayonetta series was the final DLC character added and the winner of the Smash Bros. Fighter Ballot. Yeah, right. Look, this was a pretty cool reveal. Bayonetta definitely made a name for herself amongst Nintendo fans, with Bayonetta 2 being a Wii U exclusive, and the Bayonetta franchise as a whole basically being entirely supported by Nintendo themselves. But come on, you're expecting me to believe that the majority of Nintendo fans wanted the final Smash Bros. Fighter to be sexy witch lady? Well, as it turns out, Bayonetta was in fact the highest voted character in Europe and made the top 5 in North America, meaning she was deemed the overall #1 pick worldwide among, as Nintendo put it, negotiable and realizable characters. I'm assuming that means this is what the top 5 looked like otherwise. Overall, Bayonetta's inclusion felt fairly well integrated, and the character plays very well as a fighter, but I think the main takeaway from this reveal was that the fighter ballot left so much potential for more highly requested fighters to make appearances in future Smash Bros. Titles. So much potential.